Imagine finding an old journal, okay? Not just any journal, but one that doesn't just record the past, but predicts the future. And we're talking chilling, gruesome events that then, actually start coming true one by one. What would you even do? Would you try and alter a fate that seems set in stone, or just brace for what's coming?
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're plunging into a collection of sources that tell this really extraordinary, terrifying story. It's our deep dive into the tale of a seemingly ordinary teenager and, yes, a cursed journal. We're going to unpack its foretold doom and pull out some crucial nuggets of knowledge about, narrative tension, the psychological weight of things, and the power of old legends. Our sources, they drop us right into the life of Alex, a teenager from this small town, Eldridge, Massachusetts. Their world takes a seriously dark turn with just one simple, dusty discovery.
Yeah, and beyond just the spooky factor, this whole narrative gives us a really profound look into human psychology. Like, how does knowing something awful is coming affect us? Does it paralyze you? Does it motivate you? It really pushes us to think about those big old questions, doesn't it? Free will versus destiny. Can you actually change something that seems, pre-written?
Yeah.
So this isn't just a horror story. It's a deep look at the burden of knowing, that struggle against forces you can't see, and the chase for truth behind a really terrifying legend.
Right, let's dive right into it then. The story kicks off in this sleepy little town, Eldridge, Massachusetts. You know the kind of place. Seems uneventful, time moves slow. Maybe the biggest news is the apple harvest.
Classic setting.
Totally. And that's where we meet Alex Thompson, 17, high school senior. Just your typical teenager, really. Messy brown hair, backpack, always full of homework they haven't finished, working part-time at the local antique shop, saving for college. To Alex, Eldridge was, charming maybe, but definitely a place where nothing exciting ever happened. Or so they thought.
That quiet, uneventful hometown feeling, it's such a common setup, isn't it? It creates this really stark contrast, almost ironic, when something extraordinary, or in this case terrifying, crashes into the mundane.
Yeah, it makes the discovery hit harder.
It's classic horror. The ordinary world suddenly becomes the stage.
And this antique shop, run by old Mr. Hargrove, it sounds like it's straight out of a Gothic novel itself. Just a dusty maze, forgotten stuff everywhere, tarnished silver, faded photos, shelves just groaning with old histories. It was in all that quiet chaos. One Saturday, Alex is sorting through a box from an estate sale, and bam, they spot it. Tucked away in this plain cardboard box is a worn, leather-bound journal. Looks like it's been forgotten, maybe hidden, for ages.
And it's often those really unassuming objects, isn't it? The ones that hold the most power. That's a key device in so many myths. A plain book, but inside, seeds of irreversible change. Makes you wonder, how many things like that do we just walk past totally oblivious?
Exactly. And this journal's appearance, it definitely had this strange vibe. The cover was cracked, stained, looked like dried mud or maybe something darker. No title, no author, just this faint symbol embossed on the front.
Oh, the symbol.
Yeah, a quill pen dripping what looked disturbingly like blood. Alex's curiosity, who wouldn't be curious? They open it up carefully. Yellowed pages, elegant kind of looping handwriting. But they weren't diary entries. No, they were predictions. The very first one Alex read was super specific, but way back in the past, which was sort of comforting, I guess. Yeah. July 15th, 1892. The mill worker, Elias Grant, will fall into the river gears at dawn. His screams will echo until noon.
Chilling detail.
Right. Alex just sort of nervously chuckled, dismissed it. Weird stuff, shoved it in their backpack, ready to forget about it. But that journal was anything but ordinary. It was a harbinger, and its reach wasn't just stuck in the past.
That initial reaction, calling it weird stuff, that's so human. We try to rationalize, right? Ignore things that shake up our view of the world, but the seed's planted. And the really critical thing here is how fast the story collapses that historical distance. The entry that really got Alex wasn't from 1892. It was recent, shockingly recent. Pulls the past right into the present. Terrifying.
And that's exactly where it pivots. Later that night, Alex is back home, can't resist looking at it again. Pages and pages, centuries of these awful events detailed. Still seems like, maybe just weird historical fiction. But then they turn a page. The last entry, dated just a week ago. September 6, 2025. The librarian, Mrs. Evelyn Porter, will choke on her evening tea, her throat closing like a vice. No one will hear her final gasp.
Oh, wow. So someone they knew.
Exactly. Alex's heart just skipped. Cold knot in their stomach. Mrs. Porter, the town librarian. Kindly lady, spectacles. Everyone knew her. Alex is whispering, this has to be a hoax. But there's this deep chill. Rationally, no way. But somewhere deep down they knew. This awful certainty, they had to check on her the next day, just in case.
That internal fight. Skepticism warring with this gut feeling of dread. It's so relatable. That's the moment the impossible starts feeling, well, possible. Narratively, this quick validation is the classic inciting incident. It yanks Alex out of their ordinary life, straight into the supernatural, no going back.
And the impossible became horrifyingly real. Sunday morning, gray, foggy, just like Alex's mood. They bike over to the library, the journal feeling heavy in their bag. Mrs. Porter's there, sorting books, humming. Alex hangs around, pretends to browse, but just keeps watching her, tension building. Closing time nears. Mrs. Porter brews her usual cup of chamomile tea, and then Alex watches in absolute horror as she takes a sip. Suddenly, her hand flies to her throat. Face turns red, then purple. She's gasping, wheezing, but no sound comes out, just this awful gurgle. Books fall, she collapses, gone.
Oh, man.
Alex screamed for help, but it was too late. Paramedics came, but nothing could be done. The official report. Anaphylactic shock. Unknown allergen.
And Alex knew.
Alex knew. The journal predicted it exactly. Every single terrifying detail. Crushing weight of that knowledge.
So right there, you get this immediate, undeniable proof of the journal's power. It's not just a weird old book anymore. It's an active, terrifying force. Any doubt Alex had, shattered.
This moves the story firmly into the supernatural zone. And the journal isn't just predicting, it feels like it's asserting its will, almost like it's a character itself, choosing victims.
But it gets even worse. The journal wasn't finished revealing its truly sinister nature. Back home, Alex's hands are shaking as they open the book again. And there, fresh page, stark, new ink. Like it was written seconds ago, September 10th, 2025, the mechanic, Tom Riley, will be crushed beneath his own lift. Metal will twist like bones.
Wow, another local.
Tom Riley. Owned the auto shop just down the street. Alex's mind is racing, just pure panic. How could a journal write itself? Panic sets in hard. Alex tries to burn a page. Nope. Wouldn't catch fire. Threw it in the trash, buried it deep. Next morning, it's back on the desk.
Whoa.
The chilling truth just sinks in. The journal was bound to them now. They were stuck with it. That inability to destroy it, that signifies something deeper, doesn't it? Like an ancient bond, maybe. Alex has accidentally become part of its purpose. It's a classic trope in folklore, you know. The cursed artifact choosing its wielder, binding them. The journal refusing destruction isn't just magic. It represents that keeper aspect. Alex isn't just a finder anymore. They're an unwilling participant, forced to watch it all unfold.
Yeah, completely trapped. Desperate, feeling totally alone with this insane secret, Alex finally confides in their best friend, Jamie. Now, Jamie's a bit of a skeptic, loves conspiracy theories, so the first reaction is exactly what you'd think.
Dude, this is like a bad horror movie.
Pretty much. Exactly that. But Alex tells the story of Mrs. Porter, the details, the raw fear. Jamie was convinced. Shaken, but convinced. Jamie suggests, okay, let's research that symbol on the cover. It's the only clue they have.
That's a good point about belief, though. Sometimes direct, undeniable proof just shatters skepticism. And Jamie shifting to believer is crucial for Alex. They need support, another brain working on this. Psychologically, when faced with the impossible, we instinctively look for patterns, right? Try to make sense of the irrational. That's what Jamie's pushing them towards.
Right. So together, fueled by terror and this sliver of hope, they basically move into the Eldridge Historical Society for days. Not just Googling, I mean deep dives. Microfiches, old town records, obscure local histories, even tracking down dusty old family trees. And it's in this brittle old ledger they find the name Abigail Crow. The symbol, the fake quill, they trace it back to these secret 18th century occult practices, whispers of binding prophecies through dark rituals, maybe sacrifice.
Heavy stuff.
Very. And the legend attached, a cursed journal created by a witch, Abigail Crow, back in 1692. Salem trials era, burned at the stake, but not before enchanting this book to foresee deaths. Revenge on the town that betrayed her.
Wow, Salem. That adds a whole layer.
But before they can even process that, the next prediction is looming, September 10th. Tom Riley. Alex feels this crushing guilt has to do something. Slips an anonymous note under Tom's shop door. Don't use the lift on the 10th. Dangerous. Stay safe. But Tom, gruff, practical guy, Alex overhears him later just laughing it off, calling it a crank letter.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Noon, September 10th. Alex is watching from across the street, heart pounding. Tom slides under a car on the lift, and then it just buckles. Cables snap like whips. Tom screams as the car just plummets, crushes him. It's gruesome, just like the journal hinted.
Okay, let's unpack that. The shift from historical deaths to immediate local ones, that's huge. It's just the curse is waking up. Or maybe Alex, as the new keeper, has activated it somehow. It's becoming personal, inescapable. And connecting it to Salem gives it such a powerful motive. Revenge for betrayal. This isn't random evil. It feels like a focused historical grievance reaching out.
Too, that hasn't healed.
Exactly. And the fact Alex's warning didn't work, that highlights the struggle against fate, doesn't it? Can you intervene? The journal seems to say no.
It felt that way. The predictions were just escalating, hitting closer and closer, killing any hope Alex had of changing things. Horrified, Alex runs home, only to find, yep, another entry. The pages felt warm, ink still looked wet. September 12th, 2025. The teacher, Mr. Harlan, will drown in his own classroom aquarium during a power outage. Water will claim him in the dark.
They're history teachers.
Their history teacher. Kind, eccentric guy, loved his fish. This was getting intensely personal now, targeting people from Alex's everyday life. And that's when Alex and Jamie finally figure it out. The pattern, it wasn't random. It was targeting people connected to the town's history descendants, maybe, of the people who persecuted Abigail Crow back then.
Recognizing that pattern is key. It shifts the whole thing. It's not just random supernatural bad luck anymore. It's targeted revenge, rooted deep in the town's past. Narratively, this forces Alex to confront not just the deaths, but the town's buried history, connecting their nightmare to this old injustice.
Yeah, like digging up ghosts.
And it raises that question, too. What responsibility do descendants have for ancestors' wrongs, especially when a curse comes calling?
Driven by this dread and now this chilling pattern, they go even deeper at the Historical Society. Find out Abigail Crow wasn't just some witch. She was a midwife, an herbalist, respected, accused of sorcery after she, ironically, predicted a plague that wiped out half the village.
So she used foresight and it got her killed.
Exactly. Her journal was her tool, enchanted with her own blood, they found out, to see deaths tied to betrayal and injustice. But here's the kicker. The real gut punch they discovered in the lore. Whoever finds it becomes its keeper, forced to watch the prophecies unfold until their own death is foretold.
The trap.
The trap. It wasn't just punishing the town, it ensnared whoever found it. And the ultimate escalation hit that night. Alex opens the journal, hands shaking, new entries scrawled fast. September 13th, 2025. The friend, Jamie Lee, will fall from the old bridge, bones shattering on the rocks below.
Jamie, oh man.
Jamie's next. Immediate danger. No time left. Their only option. A frantic late-night drive to Salem. The journal's on the dashboard, almost feeling like it's buzzing with dark energy. A ticking bomb as they speed through the night.
Okay, so that reveal of the keeper clause, that's huge. The journal isn't passive. It grabs its owner, makes them a participant, facing their own end. Stakes just went through the roof. And it makes you ask, okay, even if you know how to break a curse, can you actually do it? Especially when it's your life, your friend's life, on the line right now.
So much pressure.
And the solution itself, exoneration, it speaks directly to that original injustice, doesn't it? It suggests real resolution comes from acknowledging the past wrong, not just saying magic words. It's about seeking justice, finally.
So they get to Salem, steeped in all that witch trial history. They track down this elderly curator, Mrs. Lydia, at a small, kind of hidden witch trial museum. She takes one look at the journal and just nods. Knows it instantly.
The Fate Quill Journal.
The Fate Quill Journal. She confirms the myth, the curse, and the solution. To break it, she says, the keeper has to return it to her grave, recite her exoneration, admit the town was wrong, write the history. But she warns them the journal will fight back. Hard. It'll predict the keeper's death if they get close to succeeding.
A final defense mechanism.
Yeah. So that night, they're frantically searching this ancient, foggy graveyard. The journal in Alex's hands feels warm, pages flipping on their own. And then a new entry appears. ink blazing bright. September 14th, 2025. The seeker, Alex Thompson, will be consumed by flames in the witch's pyre, screaming as the past repeats. Alex's blood just runs cold. It's their turn now, the final deadline.
So what does that mean? That final personal prediction, the journal fighting back with illusions, maybe psychological tricks too. It shows the curse's active, almost conscious will, right? It's not giving up its centuries-old grudge easily. It's a testament to the power of that old wound, that unresolved trauma. The story is building towards this catharsis where the past has to be dealt with.
Jamie, scared but resolute, urges Alex on, "We have to find it." They spot this weathered stone almost swallowed by ivy, faint carvings matching the journal's quill symbol, Abigail Crow's grave. But as they get closer, the curse throws everything it has at them. Fog twists. Shadows look like accusing figures from the trials, whispering condemnations. Then Jamie slips on wet grass, foot catches a root, starts falling towards this dark ravine nearby.
Just like the bridge prediction.
Almost exactly. Alex lunges, grabs Jamie's arm, yanks them back just in time, heart hammering like crazy, shaking, but totally determined now. Alex opens the journal to the last blank page, stands right in front of that old gravestone, fog swirling, and in this steady voice, despite the fear, recites the words, "Abigail Crow, you were wronged, the town betrayed you, we exonerate you. Rest now."
Exoneration.
And the book just shudders, violently. Ink bleeds across every page, swirls, and then vanishes. Every prediction gone. A wind howls through the graveyard like a ghostly scream, and then flames erupt, not touching Alex, but engulfing the journal itself. Burns incredibly fast, just turns to ash right there in Alex's hands. The curse, finally broken.
That act of exoneration, it's critical, isn't it? It's not just words, it's acknowledging the truth, the injustice. That seems to be the real power that breaks it, more than any ritual. It's about fixing that historical wrong.
Bringing peace.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And afterwards, life in Elder apparently returned to normal. Well, as normal as it could be after all that. No more predictions. The chain was broken. But the story leaves you with a little whisper of doubt, doesn't it? Was the journal really destroyed? Or did those ashes, scattered in that old graveyard, just whisper new fates into the wind? Waiting.
What a chilling story. I mean, from a dusty antique shop find to this desperate race against a curse centuries old. Alex's journey really reminds you, doesn't it? History isn't always buried quietly. So you've just unpacked the intense details of the haunted journal. You've gained some insight into fate, the power of old grudges, and that incredible human drive to face the unknown, even when it's terrifying.
And it really leaves us with a big question for you, the listener. If knowledge truly is power, would you rather live in blissful ignorance, just accepting what comes? Or would you carry that heavy, terrifying burden of knowing a terrible future, even with only a slim, agonizing chance to change it? Think about it. The price of curiosity, the weight of history, and the sheer courage it takes to face a destiny that seems completely written out for you.
That's definitely something to chew on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring those hidden corners of knowledge.